respected Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Velraj sir, respected Chairperson, Dr. Jayanti, respected heads of department, directors, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and dear students. A very good morning to you all. I think it's too much of an expectation to have a golden words from a administrator. I'm not a better speaker, but however, I'll put in place the context of this program. See, any initiatives would have been a movement, and those movements would have started as a very nascent activity. Similarly, the protection to ozone layer also started with 24 countries putting it together with an idea of protecting this ozone layer. I don't want to go into the details of the ill effects of ozone. You people are very learned, the audience here. You know the ill effects of ozone, and I believe the growth, engineering has led to the growth, and engineering has a solution to this for amelioration as well. So this is the reason I also selected the Center of Environmental Studies as one of the beginning for the creating awareness among students. And you being the engineers in later dates, being a civil society, you may be an entrepreneur in future, you may be a responsible citizen, you may be a businessman, you would grow as a businessman, you would come out as a policy interveners, you may become an administrator in later dates. So it is better that we ignite these young minds, and we have been doing a lot of advocacy on how lot of advocacy is being done. But as a civil society, as young students, how do we collaborate in such an action? As layman, you would say, what do I do? How do I contribute? Isn't it? So technology, the technological advancement would happen as there are various research institutions, research organizations, the policy institutions which develop policies, bring in regulatory mechanism. The government department is there which takes up these developments which are happening in research and come out with policy and regulations. But whatever is said and done, until and unless the civil society shakes hands with the administrator, I would always be looking upon the civil society, what civil society would help the government. And similarly, as civil society, you would be looking at the government, asking for government, what government could do. And at the end, we are all at the stalemate, and nobody begins with the beginning. And at this juncture, I would like to highlight that the Honorable CM of the state had, with no second thought, initiated a campaign called Meendum Manjappai. Okay? So you would think Manjappai would be very cheap a kind of activity, but now the policymakers say it is for lifestyle for climate. Okay, we have a lot of technological advances, but where is the advancement in our lifestyle? We have not changed our lifestyles. We have changed a lot, but we are not changing the same lifestyle towards climate sensitivity. So that's how this Meendum Manjappai is a very important initiative, which is very basic in nature in terms of a movement. So which addresses lot other issues. Like as general public, when we see any foreigner coming to India with a cotton bag hanging on his neck, we say we appreciate him, right? But how many of us would appreciate our own fellow man carrying a manjapai on his shoulder? We will try to kindle pannuvom, isn't it? It is very easy to condemn an idea, but professing an idea and practicing it is very a bigger task. So I intend to take this opportunity to take pledge from you all guys that we would try to change our lifestyles which are environmental friendly. One good thing I just noticed on this dais itself is we have not placed any water bottle on the table. A small practice. Maybe today we would have generated another 100 bottles of plastic, and which would have, in turn, would have a lot of cascading effect on generating that much of resource. It would have utilized so much of resources. So as in government as well, we are also trying, the government itself is a hard nut to crack, isn't it? So when the government intends to promote an activity, it is for the civil society to accept it and profess in such a manner that these young 100 minds which we are seeing here would be a medium of information dissemination for another 1,000, 5,000 people. And that 5,000 people will spread message in an exponential manner. So I think the change we can have is in your lifestyles. We have a lot of technology. Technology has to be adopted. And I plead that whenever you grow in your careers as planners, designers, researchers, scientists, we will have this basic idea of the climate, the change, which is irreparable, which has to be now, which has to be addressed. And all your actions in future will be eco-friendly and will save this mother nature. Otherwise, it is like suicide. We are going to commit suicide by ourselves. We are not going to allow our lineage to perpetuate. So the young, maybe I would have at least raised in a little bit of non-polluted environment, but the younger generations of the present generation, I think 90% would have been growing under polluted environment. So at least in future, we will have our lineage to be allowed to grow in a better environment. And this is the forum where we take pledge to save our Mother Earth in any forms of activities, be it be climate change, ozone protection, and as I said, simple activities of waste segregation, no to single-use plastics. And how many of us carry our tiffin carriers to get parcels from the hotel? None of us, even including me. I find it very difficult to preach the same thing to my kids. It's very easy. The moment you say you get something from the shop, it is very easy. They just run away, expecting the shopkeeper to give a carry bag. So these are all small lifestyle practices where we should address. And young students like you, you are the a stepping stone, and a good beginning is a success achieved. So with this, I expect maybe 10% of you would have your lifestyles very eco-friendly in nature, and hope we make this a better place on the earth. And first of all, we will demonstrate Tamilnadu to be one of the safest places to be living on the earth. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I congratulate the Center of Environmental Studies for giving this opportunity of a platform for dissemination of information. Thank you so much.